Pretty fancy place.
The tapestry right in front of you is a historical one, showing the founding of the town, and to the left and right you see different portraits of important figures, magistrates of the past.
Wow. I didn't realize how big this place was. Like, I knew it was big, but...
Yes, it's certainly respectable.
Look at all this art. June, what's this? What's it all mean? She's like pointing at the paintings.
What are these paintings depict?
So, as I told you, the ones immediately in depict history and some of the magistrates. But going further inside, you see fantastic events. You see the first Rauji tournament, which the Jellyfish goddess won, depicting of the champion in the first year, Aridin and her name. You find all sorts of elaborate, exaggerated art pieces from many talented and also renowned artists. You also see a stoic man in glamorous makeup and large, bushy jellyfish tendrils standing at the end here. He stands guard almost, waiting for you, and he speaks, welcome.
I
am Sasano. I am the defender of this keep. He kind of gestures dramatically behind him. The entertainment room is at the end of this hall, to the left. But please, take your time to appreciate the arts.
Where can I speak to whoever curated this collection?
Oh, the magistrate's wife, Yumihime, blessed be her name. She has curated all of the art you see in front of you.
Well, I can scarcely criticize her taste. Quite a history buff, it would seem.
Indeed, indeed. Miss Yumihime only has the finest of taste of both retainer and art. Kind of looking around, you see more of these portraits and pictures depicting many different proud times for the jellyfish, and by extension for the worshippers of the jellyfish. And at the top, over here, you just see a very fantastic painting that seems to be yet unrelated to any of the historical relevance of the jellyfish. But Junior, you see it, and it is truly a classical piece. It is something that is so... To ignore this piece, even if it were to clash with the rest of the exhibit, it is a perfect artistic piece that is considered a classic to Rauji. If you would like to describe what it is, I would be more than happy to give that to you.
Oh, you know I would. Yes. It seems we found the odd man out.
What's that?
But surely none could criticize its inclusion in a collection, even if it's not on theme. Indeed, indeed. You see here depicted is a great feast attended by all but one of the gods.
Huh.
So, perhaps you could tell me which one is missing?
She's like thinking in the background. Is it the squid? Are we missing the squid?
Well, that's the most obvious answer. But do I want it to be the correct answer?
Shows like out of character. I'm like, man, I kind of want to say something more clever. No, this is show.
Yeah.
The squid. Yes, so one would think. A cursory knowledge of Rauji's history and its gods. Obviously, one would expect that in any such gathering, it would be the squid who would be absent. But in fact, this painting depicts a time before the squid's great reckoning. Indeed, at the time of the event, or the myth so depicted, he would have simply been yet another god amidst the pack, nothing to remark or distinguish him. No, indeed, the god missing here, he turns around dramatically, is in fact the jellyfish himself. Legends say, the day that this was painted, he was sick.
like the flu, or
Sho slowly raises a finger, then puts it down.
No. Gods, of course, are not susceptible to such mortal ailments. No, indeed. He was sickened by a great sacrilege committed against his name. So struck was he that he could not enjoy his favorite worldly pleasures for 10 days and 10 nights. Thus, this painting depicts nothing more and nothing less than the most bummer party missing in history.
huh?
Hideo just sitting there. Isn't it more likely that he painted it? Ah, that's really wise of you. You seem to know so much.
Sho briefly, like, she's thinking pretty deeply about it, and, like, she wants to register, like, yeah, in most cases, like, the jellyfish has been referred to as a goddess, but, like, she's like, no, I'm probably wrong. Then stops.
Sumi actually speaks up. Yes, actually, Junia's kind of correct there. The jellyfish god was caught with a sickness of sorts. It was less of a malaise like you or I would get sick, though, Sho. It was more like... have you ever gotten homesick? She kind of looks at Sho.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, except a more extreme thing. Ayano taught us that sometimes when the gods lack lots of worship or are not accomplishing something true to their own being, that they may sometimes find themselves weakened or sick in some form.
Oh.
So, the jellyfish god, during this time, they were in a very bad state. They had lost a big conflict before everything had gotten a bit nicer, and they had missed a gathering of the gods, and they were just... This was even before a time before the jellyfish truly became a goddess, and even before she even really took on art as her thing. This picture is actually the picture that gave the jellyfish goddess her role, if you kind of consider it that. A patron of arts, a patron of perfection. It was done in her honor.
One of the great ecclesiastical ironies of our time.
A gift to the god. A picture to show them the meeting that they missed.
Huh. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yes, its inclusion here adds a note of melancholy.
Sasano nods. You are truly a master of art, Junior.
Did you, happen to catch my name from your mistress? Because I don't believe I've introduced myself.
Yes, I received word of all of your names. She did seem aware of Yoshihara. When you talked to her, she became aware of your house name. So it seems like she would have made the assumption that it would be you, and she did talk to you. So this must be a valuable retainer to learn such information. That or Yuuko told them. It's really hard to tell. He does seem solidly focused on all of you, however. Should I bring you all to the entertainment room?
Yes, that sounds lovely, actually. I only caught the tail end of her performance earlier today, and I would love to see what she's really capable of.
Sho's still staring at the picture.
Fantastic! He clicks on his heels, turns around, and begins taking you all forward.
Buru looks down at Sho. You okay there?
Oh yeah, no, sorry. Just thinking about stuff.
Alright. But if you need to talk about stuff, I'm here.
I don't know how to talk about it. It's hard.
That's fine. When you're ready and if you want to. No pushing.
I want to, I just don't know how.
Ah, okay. Then I'll push.
She's just... her brow's super furrowed.
I noticed statues in the wings a little ways back. Who might those
He
depict?
stops dead in the middle of this, intersection. Yes, the statues. No, we must go see the statues.
What?
Can you show us to the room first? We'll check the statues out a little later. Yes, of course.
I fucking love this guy, FYI.
I like his enthusiasm.
I'll pull Crazy aside later on for you kids.
He stops and points down in this direction. First door to the right, and you will find your way, or you can go through the garden. Either way, I shall wait patiently.
Oh, I think I know which way I'm going.
Yeah. If you need anything, I will be here. He stands vigilant next to the garden itself.
Show goes. She just takes the straight path.
Sumie catches up, and you see, you're looking through the window right here, and you see signs of only a few people, about 4, and then a woman on stage. Before you go on, Sumie's, are you feeling okay?
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to... Oh, okay. She just kind of, nods a little bit.
Show's gonna very slowly slide open the door.
Alright. You slide open the door and take a step inside. And moving inside past you, Sumie is there, and you see Yuuko sitting on the stage, tuning her shamisen. The magistrate is not present right now. As you both step inside, Sumie moves to... She takes a seat over here. And Nuke over here turns... Ah, welcome! Welcome, please, and take a seat. Enjoy yourselves.
I plan on it. Buru gives a very big wave and a big dumb grin towards Yuuko, hey!
As she smiles, I'm so glad you could make my performance, Mr. Buru.
Oh.
I have a song I think you'll enjoy.
I'm looking forward to it,
It's
miss.
called Die.
It's from my heart.
Oh, well, I'm looking forward to it, miss. He does a very deep, respectful bow.
So, meanwhile, Junya and Hideo, you notice a figure walking along the steps. The magistrate emerges out, and she notices you both standing there. Ah, appreciating my garden? I have another garden, but this is a rather simple pond. It's a nice, pleasant place to step when you need a bit of fresh air.
I would dearly enjoy seeing the other one as well. It brings back memories.
Memories from that disgrace at the Capitol. Word travels fast.
Slow turn. Ah. You heard. Well, I'm going to go enjoy the performance.
Well, I'll be joining you. She moves. Sasano, let's go. He steps alongside, and both of them move along. She takes a step up, and Sasano steps behind, and she moves around and takes a step up and takes a seat next to her husband.
Look at these fucking douchebags.
Please, after you.
I insist after you. I am the god of this house, and thus I insist I will keep you safe.
Okay.
Okay.
He continues and then checks around and comes in a few steps later and stands by the door, and occasionally glancing out the window.
Junya has drifted to the back of the room and compressed himself against the wall.
Buru leans over, which makes the table creak and nearly lift off on one side. You,
Yes!
go... Indoor voices, buddy. Everyone's looking now. You okay?
I'm fine, thank you.
You, as that is said, you, all hear a single note resound through. A sign that the performance is about to begin. Buru, you watch with intensity as you wait to see what exactly will she play. And she begins. A more quiet, darker sound emerges from the shamisen, something that is far different from the rebellious, active tone you heard before. It is a silent, depressing sound, something that is slow and gradual, and foreboding. As you sit there and listen, you see her expression focused. She does not smile, nor does she make any exaggerated movements. She is precise, and yet she is playing true. At least that much you can guess. The notes come out one by one. The tone quiet and simply unpleasant, I guess you could say. It is a nice melody, but it brings no happiness to you, nor does it bring any form of peace or excitement to your heart. You feel yourself sinking into your chair when she plays.
Show's kind of like blinking and like it kind of points. Yeah, that's more or less it. That's what I'm feeling. That's it. Sort of like you've gone back to a place that was home and it isn't anymore. That's it. I get this.
And Buru, Show's rather nonchalant statement rings incredibly true, actually. There is a feeling of forgotten homeliness, as if returning back and seeing nothing, as if there is nothing left for you or any part of your life. As if you've walked back your path on the road and the place behind you has been replaced with new terrible things, dark horrors, pain, suffering, and like you've lost your way permanently in a woods, in a spot that used to be your home. This continues for a little while longer, as she once more resumes playing, and brings it all into a singular loop back to the beginning. She brings it down once more, and silence begins to parade over the room. And with that, a bit of a silence follows over the crowd as well. Yuuko bows her head. My apologies, I'm not quite in the mood to finish. If you would excuse me. She steps off the pillow and moves down the stairs, and begins heading out. Sasano kind of looks a bit surprised when she says this, and the magistrate is, she's done already? Yumihime gets up and follows out of the door very quickly and moving with a bit of an intensity. And thus, that seems to be all that occurs immediately. The silence once more falling over the room. Hideo, you do, or no, you're not by the window, never mind. Nuke turns to you, my apologies, the performance was, I shall find a way to entertain you otherwise. He stands up. I'll have you know, I am a master storyteller. He takes a step up and heads up to the pillow and begins
I've got a 3-hour stand-up set.
Oh boy.
He gets up and, yeah.
Hideo raises his hand.
Yes.
My lord, I'm very excited to see this performance that you're going to put on for us. If I may be so, do you have a lavatory?
Oh, yes, of course I do. Please, if you would leave, Sasano may show you.
Susanoo, yes, the lavatory, we must go.
Yes. Hideo, we must go. He steps out. The lavatories are that way. He points in this direction. I will respect your privacy, however. He steps back in through here.
Such a gentleman.
So much.
Thanks. So while I'm there, I'm obviously up to some shit.
Yes. What are you up to?
I want to see if I can figure out where Yuuko went.
Okay. In that case, you would it would actually not be too difficult. You just kind of stand for a moment. You walk around and come from this side.
I basically, pick up a few panels, or rather, I go into the lavatory for a second, and then I sneak out, and then I crawl under the floorboards here.
Yeah. And you kind of peek out and manage to get your way, popping your way out, and finding your way up. And it seems that you won't have to look far. Even from standing here, you hear the sounds of some kind of confrontation coming on from this room. You hear Yuuko getting shouted at by the magistrate's wife.
I'm gonna keep crawling under the house, and I'm gonna crawl a little bit closer to the confrontation.
All right, you crawl through, getting a slight peek on this end. You imagine this is a tea house. You hear the conversation above. You come in mid argument, though to call it an argument would be unfair. It's a bit too one-sided to be an argument. Listen, you no-good, disgusting whore! What are you doing? You're disgracing us to the audience! You're disgracing us to the visitors! My apologies, miss. I simply am not feeling in the mood. Enough of this! The festival is a few days! Do you understand how much is riding on this right now? Yuuko! Your selfishness knows no bounds at this time. I have given you plenty of time to relax, come up with songs and anything over the past few months, and yet you have given us such trite quality as this disgusting affair today. And what are these performances? You have been doing less and less throughout the town during these past few days. Visitors are coming to see you, and what are they seeing? Small performances, only hour long. She, puts her hand on the desk. You hear something or other. I want you to go back to your room and prepare once more. If you require a drink or some form of awakening of some kind, then do so, and then return. I will not have our guests disgraced like this. Go now. I will come up with something to keep them distracted. She shuffles out, and moves her way back to the hall. And as you stand there, Yuuko does not move for a little while. And she simply seems to mutter something. No one else is around. Only one more day. Just one more day. And you hear her taking steps. Would you like to follow Yuko's footprints to her room?
Yeah.
All right. You do so. It seems to be rather close. She seems to be moving along the hallway, you kind of pressing under the building, trying to find your correct route. And you follow her path up and find your way slowly to Yuko's room. There seems to be a partition in the wood, with her room in particular. Maybe to avoid something like this, but regardless, you can get your way through. You take a moment to kind of very silently, very subtly, force the wood open and crawl a bit deeper inside. You barely even make any sort of sound. Yuuko takes a step into the room. You follow her footsteps. For a moment, they seem to step on rug, and then back again, and she seems to plop down on a pillow. You hear very light sounds of more footsteps? Yes, there's someone else in the room. Oh, Yuuko, is something wrong? From around the corner, an individual steps with a lightness that portrays an otherworldly essence. Nothing is wrong. Simply putting up with the daily grind. She seems to do something. It's hard to make out. She's at a desk, you'd imagine. Regardless, she speaks up once more. I can't say I'll miss it, but it's almost done. Oh, poor Yuuko. She moves over, standing next to Yuuko. You're not entirely sure who this individual is, until she speaks up again. I have something important to tell you. Something very interesting happened in town. What is it? Well, I talked to one of my friends, and well, I was quite surprised. He was talking to those outsiders. You know the ones that have been giving you a bit of trouble. Yes, and what about it? Well, I heard he was planning on stopping the ritual. There's a silence at that point, and then a continuation. How would he do that? Well, it's a quite elaborate thing, but I managed to hear in. Here, I've got the secrets. She whispers. You at first are concerned that means that she might be aware of your presence, However, it doesn't seem to be the case. Just by profiling people, you imagine this is something she was whispering out of some form of just attitude she has about these kind of things.
It's fun to have sneakrets.
Yes, it's fun to have sneakrets. Annoyingly, this also means you don't hear it, but you imagine what the plan was. And you say this person was named Hojo in town? Yes. Oh, he, poor Hojo, getting involved with people like that. I'd hate to see him go, but, I mean, well, you've been so kind to me, Yuuko. I would always put you above another yokai. Yuuko sounds like she's putting something down again on the desk. Good. Alright. I'll take care of it in the morning. She stands up again. I need to put on some more performance. Just one more night. She steps back up, and takes out a shamisen and begins moving back. Okay, I'll keep guard in here and make sure no one touches your precious little notebook. She steps inside, moving behind where the previous spot she emerged from, and you hear Yuuko moving once more. Hideo, finally returning, you move back to the lavatory, go out, and take your steps back.
Woo! Opens the door. Oh, that foreign food.
Indeed!
Oh.
He's seen some shit.
I understand.
Is that all he's offering?
Yes, that's all he's offering. It would be unseemly to offer more.
Fair
I
enough.
ate macaroni and cheese and lost a kidney.
Buru kind of leans over to Sho. So, it sounds like you're homesick even though you're home. Maybe because you feel like this
Her
isn't
eyes
home.
widen. She's like that exact phrasing is like made a bunch of things click in her brain. Yeah, that. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. Is there any particular reason you can think of? Because you got to see your mom, and she's in good health. You're allowed back in the country. What part feels like it's still missing?
Brow furrows. Looks around the room, looks at, like, one of her childhood friends. Kind of pats herself. Me, I guess?
You. Do you think travel has changed you too much? You feel like you don't fit in anymore?
She nods to that.
That makes some sense, I guess. But, home is where you make it. I've technically never really had a home. My old line of work, kind of prevented me from settling down. It was only in the last couple years I actually settled down in that farm.
Oh.
But I think home is the company you're with, more than anything.
She kind of nods to that. And, like, this isn't bad or anything. I just kind of get it, I guess. Like, it's fine to watch something. I just wish I was more a part of it. If that, like, I am, but I'm not. She's really trying hard to find the words here.
Buru kind of tugs at his beard a couple times. Maybe you just need to take initiative on a few things. Ever think of that? You gotta figure for a long time you've been traveling by yourself. You had to propel yourself forward. You couldn't rely on Junya or anyone else around you to lead the charge. Maybe that's why you're not feeling at home.
She's thinking about it. I'll think of something to do. I'll take initiative. Not sure on what, but...
Well, I don't know if it means anything, but he wraps an arm around you and gives you a little punch in the shoulder. I feel like I'm at home with you, so
Out of character, that's the sweetest thing in the universe. In character, she quietly nods along.
The audience claps and applauses as Yuuko finishes another performance, and she makes to prepare one more.
Yeah, Buru. Whoa!
Shows like goes from quietly nodding to full-on startled at that. Hair standing on end.
Buru just kind of leans forward. So, Hideo, I guess that seafood hit you pretty hard. Pretty long walk.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know. My stomach just isn't cut out for it.
My
Usually
Hideo has a sensitive system.
Yeah. Usually much more of a vegetarian.
I see. Well, maybe you should try something a little lighter. And he slides over a bento box, and inside there is just a napkin that says, "What'd you learn?"
My thanks.
I
turn around and begin eating out of this bowl with a pair of chopsticks that I procure from somewhere. And,
Probably in the box.
Yeah. Before returning it, I'm sitting there grabbing stuff from out of the box, which was there or wasn't it, and I eat it. And then once I'm finished with the meal, I put the lid back on and push it over. And inside is a note that says that there's a notebook in Yuko's room. She plans on striking tomorrow, and I pretty much fill you in on what I saw. Same with the yokai, that lady yokai.
Buru takes the napkin, nods, and he actually just tufts it into his beard, just nonchalantly. Yeah. Secret technique. Where is it?
Babies love this one.
Sumie keeps an eye on this exchange of box, but otherwise keeps her mouth shut and keeps her eyes forward. She seems like she's interested in the performance, but is also getting some kind of sense of what you two are doing. Enjoying the performance?
Yeah.
I'm surprised she came up with so much more material so quickly.
Well, I think she's playing from the heart.
Show kind of looks like a little more bored. Her eyes start to glaze over. I like the earlier stuff better.
Regardless, I think you'd have to agree her range is impressive.
Yes. There seems to be some form of discomfort that permeates from the stage. The southern side of the room doesn't seem to care too much. The magistrate seems to be a bit, or the magistrate's wife, more specifically, seems to be a bit more concerned with it.
Yeah, Buru's trying to think of a way to make it look like he's really enjoying it without being a distraction, just so the magistrate's wife would just, chill the fuck out. Yeah, Buru gets up and makes his way over and leans over to this woman and is like, we met earlier, Buru.
Yes, Buru Koyama, I'm Yumihime.
Yes, pleasure, miss. He does a nice little bow again. I just wanted to say thank you again for allowing myself and my friends in, because this is just, it's beautiful. And he just wipes away a tear real quick. This is
with
just
his beard.
Lifts eye patch, wipes away a tear from under.
No, this is just, I needed something like this, something a little calmer. We've been on the road for a while, so something like this is really appreciated.
No, it's quite fine. Thank you for, I'm glad you enjoy it, but please, it's, no need to flatter. I wish we could have had a bit more knowledge beforehand. We would have had a much better performance rolled out for you.
No need to flatter. I hate this bitch.
Casually throw something at Yuuko. Play Wonderwall.
Pinball wizard!
She smiles at you. You get the idea that this is just flatteries. She seems to be a bit concerned, even if not just for you, but just your overwhelming enjoyment hasn't made up for how she's interpreted everyone else having a bad time too.
Yeah. Buru does his best to, once again, like, well, again, thank you very much. Make sure to make eye contact with Yuuko, does a little, like, head bob towards the magistrate's wife and just mouths, bitch. And Buru wants to make sure that the bitch is directed towards the magistrate's wife, not Yuuko.
Yeah, it's like a similar movement. Yeah, no, roll silver hand, crit fail.
It would be hilarious if, she saw that and thought that you had deliberately gone over there to tell the magistrate's wife you think she sucks, and then just looked at her and went, bitch!
No, she keeps playing rather uninterrupted. You think you got it set, though.
Yeah.
Buru, you sit down. Susanoo's watching you like a hawk.
Buru, as best as he can, he winks and smiles.
Susanoo's eyes go forward. You're not quite sure.
Go forward? What does that mean? Junior looms over Hideo from behind. So, when can I expect you to pick up the shamisen?
Oh, I'm afraid I have no talent for music.
Come on, the great Hideo can strike a man but not strike a chord? I doubt that very much.
No, I'm afraid it's true. It takes a lot of time to dedicate oneself to a musical craft, and I have dedicated all of my time to the blade.
Oh! I can't stay mad.
I promise you.
No. That passion. As much as I would love a musician.
You'll be much more grateful for the sword skill than you would be for any skill with the shamisen.
Oh, of course you're right.
As Yuuko comes in, the magistrate, oh, perfect, I love that one. Please, Yuuko, play it again. She does so. She kind of very lightly releases a breath and starts playing the exact song again, at which point Sumie speaks up. Oh, you know what would be really nice? I would love to go see those statues.
Yeah.
Susanoo's eyes go forward.
His eyes go apart.
Susanoo's head kind of creaks over at you. The statues, you say? Yes. Well, if it's an encore performance, an encore. A beauty twice is still beauty, but the beauty for the first time transcends all beauty. You have not seen the statues yet. He steps forward. My lady! Yuuko stops for a moment. I apologize. I would like to show them the statues.
You don't need my permission, bitch.
Yes, of course. Go, please. We'll have the finale ready when you return. We may even have some food prepared, so please, take your time.
It's like a kid excited to show to their uncle, I got a race car bed, come on!
Yeah. Excellent. Susanoo steps back again. I shall take you to whichever place you desire in the mansion. Oh. Okay. Yuuko restarts for the third time.
Quietly fuming.
Yeah, Buru kind of tugs at his beard and looks at everyone around him. Someone should join Sumie just in case.
Oh, yes. I wouldn't miss it for the world. This fellow is a man after my own heart.
Sho just kind of stands up shrugging.
Guess I'm gonna go look at statues.
Sasuno takes a step out, and as that happens, Sumie shoots a glance back at Buru as a kind of... You're not sure. There's something shrewd about those eyes, and it... almost as if it's asking you to act. Speaking with the eyes was something you talked about back in the inn.
Hmm.
She turns her head and follows suit and leaves through the door with whoever comes with her.